All right, hey guys, Jerry from Showtime Audio. So we've gotten a ton of requests on this Corvette C8 footwell box. So we ended up making a mold for it. Now, that is no small feat. I mean, to do it right, it's a ton of work. And that's why we don't make it for every vehicle. But we've gotten so much requests for this enclosure. This one's actually gonna ship out to Canada. So we have a client in Canada that ordered the enclosure from us. So we're building it, but at the same time, so we ended up making a fiberglass mold. So now we don't have to have the vehicle. A lot of the things that we do are one-off, right? So we build it with the vehicle here, and we need the vehicle to build it. We don't necessarily build a mold. We fiberglass and make a mold of the cavity, or we build it out of some kind of a hybrid of wood, fiberglass, filler, whatever it takes to get the shape. But since the car's here, it allows us, we can check it, we can fine tune it, we can tweak it. Well, if the car's in Canada or somewhere else in the world, we can't do that, right? So by having the mold, it is in essence like having the car here. So we can build off of this and ensure that it's gonna fit. One of the things I don't like is if I order a part and it doesn't fit, or I have to do a lot of work to make it fit. It kind of defeats the purpose of ordering it in the first place, right? Now, there is some exceptions to that because cars sometimes, especially the older cars, the tolerances are not exact, and you do have to do a little bit of adjustment, right? But on a modern vehicle, especially depending on what you're building, the tolerances are pretty good and you can get it to be pretty close. So just wanted to show you. So this is it's not done yet, but this is the mold, and this is the actual, what you would call the plug. So that's the enclosure, and this is the mold. And as you can see, this is what's called PVA. So it's a release agent, because otherwise there is no way in hell you're gonna get this enclosure out of here. And don't ask me how I know. And so there's a ton of steps and processes that go into making a mold. But the nice thing is, now we have it. So using this exact mold, we can make more of them. Now, it's not a complete mold. So we, in essence, did the cavity, and we know that this is our physical limit up top. This is our physical limit. But having this, we can make variations of this enclosure. That's why we didn't make a full one. Like, for example, this client wanted a TW3. Typically, we would use an Audio Mobile or a different sub. Now, if we wanted to, we could even go with an 8-inch sub. Let's say somebody doesn't want a ton of bass, but they want something. So we could, in essence, make the enclosure smaller, give you a little bit more footwell space, and still get an 8 in there. A really, a decent 8, which would give you a ton of power. If you've ever driven that C8, even with the premium audio system, it just doesn't have any bottom. The car sounds pretty good for a stock system. It just has no impact. It has no feeling, no drama to the music. By adding a footwell sub, you can fill that in. If you've seen our video, clients love that footwell sub. I mean, it makes a huge amount of difference. So that's why we built it in this way rather than build a complete mold. Like if you build a complete mold, when you pop it out, it's basically 100% done, ready to go. But again, because we want the flexibility of being able to vary the woofer that we're using, as well as being able to vary the amount of footwell space that we're taking up, we opted for this. Check out the fit. I mean, this is that. I still got to peel that off. So this is what they call PVA. It's basically the release agent. So what it does is it ensures that the fiberglass does not stick to the mold, because if it bonds to the mold, it's one piece. You're never getting it out. So this ensures that the thing will come out. It will not come out easy. It will fight, but it will come out. So, but if you can see, it is literally an exact copy. Let me show you it doesn't get any closer than that. And if you pop it out, you can see that every shape, every This is actually the passenger kick right here. So the passenger kick of that Corvette, that C8, is right in here. And this is the center console. This is the side of the center console in that C8. It's finally ready. So this is that grill that we were talking about. I mean, it's solid. So it's held on with these pins, and then it has a metal mesh for the face. And then it has the, you know, pins so that you can mount the grill. So like I said, technically you can run it without the grill if you like, but in order to protect it, you know, when you're driving or if you have a passenger, you just pop that on, and I mean, that thing is on there, right? So as always, you know, we're not a fan of the terminal cups, especially on something custom, and, you know, just not a fan of the terminal cups. Most of them are cheap. Now there are nicer ones, but we prefer this method. So we have a PowerWorks connector, and we give the client the other end and enough wire to, you know, go to their amplifier. I mean, if they want to, they can always, if they needed more, they could always solder on and extend it. But this way, the enclosure is still removable and serviceable, and you know that you're not gonna have any issues. And as always, you know, we braid and heat shrink and put our PowerWorks on everything. We're also sending him the, you know, some screws for the sub itself. In order to get the enclosure to stay without drilling any holes, without modifying the car, there's not a ton of good locations to pick up a point in order to mount it. There is ways to do it. You'd have to make holes in the car or in the carpet and some of the plastic. So what we do is the enclosure fits left to right, top to bottom, and to the back. The only place that the enclosure can go is forward. So if you hit the brakes and it's not bolted or secured some kind of way, the enclosure can slide out of the cavity. So what we do is we put this, kind of looks a little crazy, right? These spike strips. And what these do is they will show you here. They dig into the carpet, and the more pressure you put, the more they dig into the carpet. So it's a good way to secure it without physically fastening it to the vehicle. And again, it fits perfect. I mean, it is absolutely tight to the back, the bottom, the left, the right. So as far as that goes, it isn't going anywhere. The only thing we have to make sure is that it doesn't slide out. And what we do is we send out these wedges. And so what you do is when you're about to put the enclosure in, you put the wedge in. That will allow you to push the enclosure all the way into the cavity. So you want to push it as far as it'll go. Literally, you're gonna kind of like force it in there. It goes in there super tight. Once it's in there, and then these wedges will kind of push the carpet away from the spikes, allowing you to do that. Once you're done, you remove the wedges, and obviously the carpet will come back up, and the thing digs in. It's not coming out. I mean, the only way you're getting it back out is you take the wedges, you put them back in there, and you kind of lift it and pull the enclosure out using these wedges. You know, we have our speaker wire, we have it ran through, and then we also use a sealant on the holes. Again, so we're trying to keep air from escaping, right? So we want to make the enclosure as sealed as possible. For the grill, we have these mounting pins. So these are like grill mounting pins. It's kind of like the way you would mount speaker grills back in the day on home speakers. They're usually plastic. I'm not a fan of the plastic, so we use these metal pins. Obviously the metal pins are much stronger, and they'll last a lot longer. So these are the male section, and then that's the female section of the pin. And then once you put them together, then it cannot come off. If you can see, we have the metal mesh, and there's another 1/2 inch of space, because on the TW3, we have to account for the excursion of the sub. We wanna make sure that the sub isn't gonna nail the grill. So that's why we have all this mounting depth plus an additional 1/2 inch. And the way we got that is we took the original grill that comes with the speaker and measured from the mounting surface to the top of that grill. And that's how we came up with this distance, so that we know that we're not gonna hit the grill. So just to show you how well it fits, So basically, I mean, drops right in there. Because we accounted for the carpet, now you don't have to, like, a lot of times with these, if you don't account for the carpet, the woofer fits perfect when you build it, but once you add the carpet, you're adding about a 1/16 on both sides. That's enough to where it's gonna be tough to put the speaker in, or you're gonna have to kind of like beat it in there, which we don't wanna do, right?
Visit our website at showtimeaudiochicago.com.